1. What is the purpose of your trip to Australia? The visa officer is just trying to ensure that you provided genuine information during your visa interview. Provide a simple and to-the-point answer indicating that you intend to pursue a degree or your intended study program in Australia. 2. Why did you choose Australia for education? You will need to be careful while answering this question. Do your homework and be honest in your response. List the reasons why you chose Australia over other countries for study. 3. Why Australia and not any other country? In response to this question, you will need to indicate the reasons Australia offers compared to the other universities. Tell them that Australia has state-of-the-art educational facilities, a wide variety of degree options, a better job market after graduation, and diverse culture, etc. 4. Have you ever traveled to Australia? Simply tell them if you have ever traveled to Australia or not. If your answer is yes, provide the reason for your visit and the time you visited Australia with your answer. 5. Which college/university are you going to in Australia? State the name of the university you have received the offer from and have enrolled yourself. Make sure to state the name of the university correctly. 6. Where is your college/university located? The visa officer wants to make sure that you are well aware of the institute you have enrolled on yourself. Make sure that you not only know the exact location of your institute but also know the specialties of the location your institute is located in. 7. Why have you selected college? Why aren't you going to university? You can expect this question if you have enrolled in the college and not university. Tell the case officer that your desired course is available in the particular college or any other reasons you have preferred college over the university. Also, demonstrate your motivation behind choosing a college rather than a university. Ensure that your answer matches your justification with your visa application, as the case officer is trying to verify the information you have already provided. 8. Have you applied to any other university or college? Tell the case officer honestly if you applied to any other college/university except the one you are enrolled in. 9. What is the contact number of your college/university? Simply provide the contact number of the college/university you have enrolled in. 10. What is the email address of your college/university? Just like the contact number, you simply need to provide the email address of the institute you have enrolled in yourself. 11. Why have you chosen this subject? You will need to ensure your desire to attend the course in response to this question. Convey to the case officer why the particular course is essential for your future and what role it plays in your career goals. Your response should prove to them that you are not using the study as an excuse to move to Australia. 12. What have you done as a hobby, interest, or project following your course? The visa officer wants to ensure that you are passionate about your chosen course by looking into your background. You don't want to stumble here. Be clear and highlight your interest and any hobby relevant to your course. Point 13. How long will the course last? Communicate the exact length of your course duration in Australia. Tell them when your course is going to start and when it will end. Be careful as this information can be verified easily. 14. What is the cost of the selected course? Answer with the amount in AUD as indicated in your confirmation of enrollment, COE. 17. What do you plan to do during your semester break? Be honest and share your plans with the case officer. You can tell them you will visit your family during your semester breaks back in your home country. If you have any other plans, let them know. 18. What are your plans after completing the intended course in Australia? This question could be a tricky one. By asking this question, the visa officer wants to know whether you want to stay in Australia or not. Mind that your student visa would not allow you to stay in Australia after you have completed your studies in Australia. Tell the visa officer that you plan to return to your home country after completing your studies. 19. Do you plan to continue studying in Australia after your recent course ends? Just tell the case officer directly whatever your intentions and plans are. Convey them honestly if you are not clear about your plans. 20. Do you plan to apply for permanent residence after completing your course in Australia? Be careful while answering this question. Answer no to this question because your student visa does not allow you to stay in Australia. Also, the Australian government wants you to return to your home country after completing your studies. Responding with a yes to this question can result in rejecting your Australian student visa. 21. How can we trust that you will return to your home country after you have completed your course? You will need to convince the case officer that the sole purpose of your visit to Australia is attending the degree you have enrolled in. You can share your career goals and plans with your family once you return to your home country to convince the case officer. 22. Any plans to work in Australia? Remember that you work only part-time while on your student visa in Australia, so elaborate and convey to the case officer that you will work part-time in Australia as your student visa allows. Tell the case officer no if you are not planning to work in Australia. 23. Do you know your visa conditions? The case officer wants to know if you are aware of your visa conditions. Make sure that you are well aware of your visa obligations. Convey your visa conditions in simple words to the case officer. 24. What do you know about work limitations? You are allowed to work for 40 hours per 2 weeks in Australia. While during your semester break, you can work full-time. Answer the question in a way that shows you are well aware of the work limitations on a student visa in Australia. 25. Who is funding you? Tell the case officer who is sponsoring your study and stay in Australia. 26. Why he/she is funding you. If anyone except your father or mother sponsors you, you can face this question. Convey why anyone except your parents is funding your trip to Australia. Make sure your answer is brief, comprehensive, to the point, and convincing. 27. Can you please tell me your sponsor's occupation and annual income? Tell the case officer about your sponsor's occupation and annual income. Ensure that your answer matches the proofs you have provided along with your visa application, including the pay slips, bank statements, etc. 28. What would be your per year living cost in Australia? Again, the case officer wants to know if you are well aware of Australia's living conditions and expenses. Tell the case officer your total living expenses, including accommodation, groceries, gas, electricity, phone, internet, public transport, entertainment, etc. If you are going without any spouse or dependent, tell them that your per year living cost, excluding your fee, will be 21,041 Australian dollars. If any dependent is coming with you to Australia, tell them you will additionally bear 7,362 Australian dollars per year. If a child is coming with you, an additional 3,152 Australian dollars will be added to your annual living expenses. 29. Is there anyone else except you dependent on your sponsor? Make sure you answer this question honestly, as this is verifiable via the documents you have provided with your visa application. Share honestly with the case officer if anyone is dependent on your sponsor except you. 30. Have you attached any bank statements? The answer is as simple as it seems. You must have provided the bank statements with your visa application. Tell them clearly that yes, you have provided the bank statement. Make sure that you are not doubtful in response to this question. 31. Which bank the bank statement you have attached? The case officer wants to ensure that you are a genuine student and are well aware of your case. Tell the name of the bank of which the bank statement you have attached. 32. Where is the bank located? Which is the bank statement you have attached? Tell the branch location where your sponsor has opened your account and availed the bank statement. 33. What is the amount mentioned in your bank statement? Again, the case office wants to make sure that you are well aware of your visa application by asking for the minute details of your application. Tell them the amount mentioned on your bank statement. Make sure that the amount you tell matches the amount on your bank statement. 34. What if you face financial contingency or any issue? Be confident while answering this question. Tell the case officer that your sponsor has enough funds to cover your stay in Australia. Stumbling on this question can result in the rejection of your student visa. 35. What would be your approach to facing financial problems during your stay in Australia? Again, you will need to be confident while answering this question. Tell the visa officer that you will likely not face any financial issues as your sponsor have enough funds to cover your stay in Australia. 36. Do you hold any assets in your home country? Enlist all your assets in your home country, including homes, businesses, property, cars, etc. A satisfactory answer to this question will lead the case officer to believe that you will go back to your home country after completing your studies and will strengthen your case. But make sure that your answer matches the proofs and documents you have provided with your application. 37. Who will look after your assets in your home country? Tell them the details of whoever will look after your assets in your home country. You can ask your family or friends to do so. 38. Do you pay any income tax? The desirable answer to this question would be yes. The Australian government wants you to be a responsible tax-paying citizen. Make sure you also have proof of being a tax-paying citizen and your visa application. 39. What is your last qualification? Tell the case officer that you have completed Year 12 if you are applying for an undergraduate program and have completed graduation if you are applying for a postgraduate program. 40. When have you completed your last qualification? Tell the year you have completed your last qualification. 41. Can you provide any documents of your previous qualification? If you appear in a face-to-face interview, show your official result cards and transcripts. If you are expecting to appear in an on-call interview, tell the case officer that you already have provided the scanned copies of your official transcripts and result cards along with your visa application. 42. Do you have any gaps during your study? Answer this question honestly, as the case officer can easily verify if there are any gaps in your study via your educational documents. Convey the details on why there are gaps in your study. 43. How do you cover your study gap? The case officer wants to ensure you are a responsible student via this question. Share the reasonable details of the activity that you did during the period of your study gap. 44. What subjects did you study during your intermediate? The case officer wants to determine that your study background matches the course you have chosen to study in Australia. Share the subjects that you took during your intermediate or your last qualification. 45. What is your date of birth? The case officer is trying to verify your personal information, as simple as it seems. Tell the date of birth as mentioned on your passport. 46. What is your passport number? The case officer wants to verify your passport number. Share your passport number with the case officer in response to this question. 47. What is your CNIC number? Share your CNIC number as mentioned on your national identity card. 48. What is your father's name? Share your father's full name with the case officer as mentioned on your passport. 49. What does your father do? Tell the details of your father's business or occupation. Ensure your answer matches the proofs you have provided with your visa application. 50. How much is your father's monthly income? The case officer is trying to verify that you are a genuine entrant via a series of questions related to your personal information. Share the monthly income of your father with the case officer as mentioned in the details you have provided with your visa application. 51. How many brothers and sisters do you have? As simple as it seems, all you need to do is share with the case officer the number of siblings you have. 52. Are your siblings also interested in going to Australia for future education? The desirable response to this question would be I don't know or no in response to this question.